You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Crossbones After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Crossbones After Show.
Where's the pirate reference?
All right, guys, I don't know this pirate song. Our engineer Phil gave us a pirate
Give it a moment.
Song. Okay, all right.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do
Oh, all right. All right.
drunken sailor early in the morning?
That's cool.
All right, on that note, guys, welcome into the Crossbones After Show here on AfterBuzz TV, Season 1, Episode 5, called The Return. And we return after a week off here on Crossbones. I'm your host, Bobby DeMuro, with my co-host, Kelly McInerney, talking all things pirates, and John Malkovich today. We've got a lot to discuss, so let's jump right into it, huh?
Yeah,
hey,
let's do
before
it.
we do it, actually, I will say one thing. Crossbones has been on the top 10 AfterBuzz most downloaded podcast every day this week.
Really?
Yes, we're in the top 10 every day,
What?
so thank you guys for doing that. We appreciate you listening. Hopefully you don't hate us.
And The Leftovers has been like #1 a lot, and I do that show too. So,
Oh, wow,
hey.
what a humble brag. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Had to throw that out there.
It's cool. I do Kardashian. Sometimes we hit #1 too, all right?
There you go.
All right, let's do Crossbones today because that's the show we're on. Let's start right now with Blackbeard. We're learning a lot about Blackbeard and specifically his health. One of the first scenes we see, well, the first important scene we see is Fletch and Lowe finding gunpowder in that kind of cavern underneath the town, which sets up what's going to happen later with the Hellburner and all that. But the first important scene we see with Blackbeard is about the Trephine, the thing that drills a hole into his skull to try to remedy these
Demons.
visions.
Right?
Yeah. Now, here's my first question. I know this is kind of a prediction, and this is a record for AfterBuzz. 2 minutes into the show, we're talking predictions. All right.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
There we go.
There you go.
That makes it okay if the sound comes on.
Yeah.
We know that Lowe has been tasked to kill Blackbeard, and he obviously hasn't yet. Will the Trephine kill Blackbeard? Like, will he use it to kill him, or is he actually trying to help Blackbeard, health-wise?
I think he's trying to kill him. I mean, come on. Drill a hole into your skull.
And kill him in the sense where it's like, oh, no, I thought it would
My
help, but he
bad.
actually died.
Yeah, my bad. Oopsies. This happens sometimes. You're either going to die now or,
Which I feel like is a pirate's attitude. You're going to die now, or you're going to die later, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Who cares?
At least you died trying. Hey.
But who knows? Maybe if it actually does help Blackbeard. You know what? I'll take Lowe at his word. We can argue about this.
Yeah.
Not like the whole show, but I'll take Lowe at his word. If you want to say, yeah, he's going to kill him, I'll say I think Lowe has enough allegiance, not to Blackbeard, but to the island and to other people on the island, as we'll see later with Jagger, that this is actually a medical procedure that could help Blackbeard, and he's doing this from the goodness of his own heart now to get something else in return later.
I don't think, because he said it's for demons, like you're possessed by demons. Come on. He's not possessed by demons.
Did you see Antoinette?
Yeah, but he's not possessed. Like, she's
Yeah.
not inside. He's seeing visions of that. There's a difference. So I think he's just trying another way to maybe not kill him, but I think he just wanted to go to Jamaica, and that was his excuse.
Well, and go to Jamaica he did.
Yeah.
And he took Nana with him, and here's the first thing about Blackbeard that I will say, because before they go to Jamaica, Blackbeard kind of tells him, take Nana, don't take Charlie. No one else can find out why you're there, blah, blah, blah. How about Charlie and Selena having that conversation together about Charlie saying he knows, like literally about
Is
Blackbeard?
this like an every episode thing? He's paranoid, bro.
Well, finally, Blackbeard walked in on him, though.
Yeah.
He walked in right when he said it, and Charlie had to leave and all that sort of stuff. And Blackbeard says, what did he say? Your blood has been running hot of late. Woo!
Oh.
He definitely knows.
You know what happens when guys' bloods run hot down there? Never mind. It's a gross reference. For Charlie, that's probably what happened.
We've got a lot of blood running hot on this episode. It's not just Selima. It's not just Nana with her lesbian love affair with Rose, which we'll get to in just a second. It is also Kate and Tom, because Tom, after Blackbeard tasks him to go to Jamaica, Tom informs Kate. They get in an argument about it, and then they make out. Because of course they do.
What's going on with it? Like, come on, guys. You guys are acting like high schoolers.
They are. You're acting like high schoolers where you can't, like in high school, like you want to date another girl, but you don't want to break up with your girlfriend who you see like once a week. You know how that works. But so you can't date the other girl, but you also have to break up with your. It's like, Kate.
But she's married.
Be an adult. Yeah, be an adult. Like either be with your husband or be with Tom. And if you've got feelings with Tom, that's a hard decision to make. But one day you're gonna have to make that decision. And she hasn't done that yet.
But he's dumb because he's the one that's like, we can't do this, and you did it again, you dumb. Like, I understand Kate. I don't agree with her, but I understand that she said she didn't give it up.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't stop it. He did. So why do this again?
I think Tom is nice to a fault. He's too loyal to everyone. He was loyal to England and the king and all the stuff that from his past that brought him to where he is. And obviously very talented in what he did and very well thought of by Jagger and other people. Even though Jagger, stabbed him at the end, he was very well thought of. He's loyal to Blackbeard and the island in the sense that he's not seeking to bring harm to it because he knows there's a better way out for everybody involved, and he doesn't want anybody to die. He's loyal to Fletch, he's loyal to whatever, and he's too nice and loyal with Kate. And so he's interested in her physically, and he wants her, not in a malicious, let's hook up once way, but something more serious. However, he's also so nice that he wants to help her husband get better with physical therapy so her husband can be a better husband to him. And it's like, dude, you're crossing streams and crossing wires, but I don't think he can help it because he's just such a nice person and kind of too caring for his own good.
It's not working out. You got to pick a side, pick a team.
Either Team James Balfour or Team Kate Balfour. Yeah.
Pick a team. I don't know.
Well, speaking of picking a team, he is going to pick Team Blackbeard, at least for now, because he sort of tells her why he's going. Not the whole story, but tells her what's up and why he's going to Jamaica. And then the interesting thing that he did today on the trip out to Jamaica, and this was a big left turn for me, was how he dealt with Fletch and how he threatened Fletch's life. Yeah,
for being somebody so nice, he's like, deuces, it's all right, you'll be okay here.
And he said to him, he's like, if you want to add me to your name, if you want me to add your name to the list of those I slaughtered and forgotten, betray me, I beg you. And it's like, first off, how many people have you slaughtered?
Yeah.
Because we don't know a ton about that.
Yeah.
And second, what?
Now he's trying to be angry, but in the wrong way. Don't be mean to Fletch.
You can't be mean to Fletch.
Be mean to like Kate or James.
Anybody
you're using
but
your
Fletch.
Meanness in the wrong way.
That's the hashtag of the show today, guys. Hashtag anybody but Fletch on Twitter. Seriously, you cannot be mean to Fletch. He's too stupid. I know that's insulting. He's a little too stupid to know what's what. Just, he's so loyal to you. Be loyal to him. He's like a puppy.
Yeah, he's like a real life dog. I was just thinking that.
I don't know.
A human dog.
Maybe the only reason maybe he's being mean to Fletch in this sense is he preparing Fletch for the eventual failure of the island. Like, either Lowe may get killed or captured or seen as a traitor by the English because he didn't kill Blackbeard and he's preparing Fletch to be removed from him, or he's preparing. I don't know. I think
maybe he's like acting like a parent, kind of, where it's like, listen, I know you've been like attached to my hip for a while, but I need to let you go. There's a world out there. But he's doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, you might die. Good luck.
Good luck to you, man.
But if you tell anybody what I'm doing, I'm going to kill you first.
And maybe that was the thing, too. He had to be sure that nobody on the island knew his purpose with Blackbeard, with the health, that even Fletch couldn't know. And once he told Fletch what was going on, he says, okay, Fletch is not the brightest guy. He'll give up this information if somebody gets to him. So I need to put the fear of God into him so that he can never, ever tell anybody, and I never have to worry. And I don't mean that I'm going to slaughter him literally, but I need to say that so he doesn't say anything and I can come back unmolested to Santa Capata.
All right.
Still, a little harsh.
Yeah, it wasn't no bueno.
No bueno indeed. So they go to Jamaica. So we've got Tom and Nena in Jamaica. Nena is his chaperone, I guess we could say. And Nena is an interesting character to me.
Yeah.
I have not figured her out completely. No. She may or may not be a lesbian or bi. I don't know. Because she did have that thing with Charlie.
Yeah.
And then she's buying property from this guy in Jamaica, and she's overly aggressive to him. And obviously he insults her twice and says, oh, well, you're going to need a white man to run the property. And hey, can you even read? And then she just pulls out a knife
And is like, buy it for me.
Yeah.
Acquire it.
And it wasn't even enough money.
No.
So which to me says that whatever the property is for, whatever she needs, she is desperate. And I don't know if it's desperate to get off the island alone and do something, if it's desperate to go somewhere else, or what secret she may hide, but she is desperate so much that she just wants to put the down payment on and say, I've got the rest of the jewels, I'll come get them. We need to start this process right now.
I have a prediction for that, so
Ooh,
I'll
all right.
mention it later.
Well, you hold on to that.
Yeah, I will.
You keep that in your back pocket. About 20, 30 minutes from now, we'll be in business.
That's right.
So now Blackbeard. Let's get back to him for a second. The scene today, one of the scenes that I really kind of laughed at was in the forest, Blackbeard talking to that guy.
Oh, yeah. And he kept calling him sire, right?
Yeah.
Or sir, yeah.
Yeah.
Like as like higher above him.
Yes,
kinda.
yeah. And it was a very interesting conversation how I don't even know how to start describing it. How we finally found someone more quirky than Blackbeard when you think about it.
Definitely.
This guy's a little bit weirder than Blackbeard, and he's creating. What is he creating for him? The timing mechanism on. It must be something with the Hellburner.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, they didn't really go into detail. Just he had globe things.
I can't wait, and he's knocking him against his own head.
Yeah, doesn't shave either.
No, he doesn't. He
Yeah.
he looks like Tom Hanks in
Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah,
That's
but he's
Tom.
eating a little bit.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
He has eaten a little bit. Good for him. Yeah, that's a weird thing, and obviously Blackbeard almost catching Fletch spying on him in that same scene, which would have been very interesting for Fletch.
Well, it's like what did Fletch see? Remember?
Yeah.
We left off like what did he see? They didn't even show that. So it's something he went back there to look at it again. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And I want to know what it is.
And Fletch had that vision earlier when he was rowing out there of that little beast, whatever you want to call it, a couple episodes ago. So
the little man. It was that guy. It was him.
Yeah. But whatever's going on with Fletch now, this is a consistent thing for him, and this is his own problem to solve. And it's something that Tom actually doesn't know that very, very much about.
No, yeah.
And Tom certainly doesn't know about the man.
Yeah, he does. They talked about it. Yeah,
oh, but he hasn't seen the guy. He hasn't seen any stuff.
Yeah.
So this one's on Fletch. Fletch's gonna be the hero.
Here we go. A storyline for Fletch. Yeah.
Now he just needs a love story. Although Kate did kiss him today.
Yeah. I would stick to that, Kate. I don't know. No, just stick to your husband.
No, don't add Fletch. Make it a love square.
That'd be really funny, though.
Oh man, you've got Kate shooting off to James and Tom and Fletch.
Yeah.
Woo.
It'd just be more entertaining, I think. I don't know. Maybe
Speaking
not.
of relationships and love squares and like that, before we talk even a little bit more about Kate, what about Nenna? Let's talk about Nenna's love affair first.
Is it a love affair, or is it like she just wants it?
Rose
is the biggest tease in the world.
I
and gold digger.
Yeah, I understand what's going on. Rose is kind of a gold digger. She's blackmailing. She has all this dirt on Nenna, but I still don't fully understand the lesbian connection to it, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't. Am I dumb? Am I stupid? I know I'm dumb, but am I dumb about this?
Well, it doesn't really, because it's clear that Nenna wants it, but Rose is the question mark. She's the one that's like, unless she's like, hey, I'm using you, because she's saying that, and that's just exactly what she's doing. And she's just using her love to get all the riches.
Yeah.
I don't get it either.
I wonder, does Rose like the physical aspect with Nenna? Like, is she physically attracted to Nenna, or is it just using her for the blackmail?
I think she's just using her, and I think she just knows how to work the physicality, because that's her job, so she knows what to turn on for
So then that would make sense then, and it would have to mean then that Nenna is very physically attracted to Rose.
That's what I'm guessing. That's what I am assuming.
We saw it today a little bit, because right when they're about to kiss and the guy comes in and interrupts them, but right when they're kind of very, up close or whatever, and Rose is standing there, and Nenna goes to grab around her neck, like the back of her head, to bring her in and kiss her, and that's right when the guy comes in.
But didn't she see the guy?
I don't think so. I don't think she saw the guy.
Did.
No, I thought neither one of them saw him, but he obviously saw them, but I thought neither one of them saw him. Nenna gets disturbed and then has to go deal with Blackbeard. So whatever's going on with Nenna, we need to find out a lot more about it. And she's got a weird personality in the sense that when she was with the guy, her broker, her real estate agent, effectively, really, really snarling at him when she was delivering that scene. And it wasn't just like anger or shame or whatever it was, or defending herself. it was this like low snarl growl the whole time, which makes me think that Nenna has this incredible anger issue herself, more than even a normal person. And maybe Nenna has an incredible backstory as well. And this is part of the reason why she's coming off or trying to come off the island.
Well, she's always super vicious, you know, with attacking. So I agree. She probably definitely does have anger issues. It'd be cool to see where she came from and what made her.
Because she said it. She said it to the guy. She was like, "Do you know what I had to do to be free? Do you know where I grew up? Do you know anything about me?"
Maybe
and
she
the
was
whole
a
time,
slave.
The whole time I'm like, "No, I don't. No, tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me. Tell the guy."
Flashback.
Let's do a flashback sometime. I would love to see. I mean, we're obviously probably going to see that. I think we need to see that. And whatever's going on with her, I can't wait for your prediction about that.
It's a good one. It's kind of an obvious one, though.
It better be good.
Yeah.
No pressure.
All right. I'll do my best. Do my best.
All right. Before we get to the last scene with Jagger, which is kind of the penultimate scene, let's talk about Kate. Mm-hmm. We'll do a little Kate and a little Salima. Kate first with these relationships. I guess we hit it already a little bit, but what are you thinking? Is she so desperate for physical intimacy that she goes after Tom, and now that James is back in the game, she can do that too? Or is she legitimately in love but not in love with James? You know, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And now she has the hots for Tom.
Yeah, I think that's it, because they've been together probably for a while, and things ran cold when he, his body wasn't working.
Things ran cold when he ran cold.
Yeah, exactly. And I think she thinks that Lo is such a nice guy, and she's never really had the good guy before, because James is nice, but he's like a rebel,
Yeah.
This is a nice dude, super nice, and that could also be her escape from the island, worst case scenario. So that's what I'm thinking.
Well, and that's interesting you say that. He's a nice dude from what she can see.
Yeah.
Talking about Tom. Because Tom obviously has a past that even we don't know of if he's slaughtered so many people like he told Fletch. And I think you're right about that with Kate. And I also think the scene where her and James make love. Mm-hmm. And yes, it was making love. They were into it. Mm-hmm. In that scene, afterwards, she has a conversation with him, and he says, "I put other things above my marriage. I didn't stick to my vows." At first, she thought he was going to ask her about cheating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he said, "I didn't stick to my marriage. I put things above my vows. I was at fault here." And maybe that's Kate subconsciously having already known that, even though it's good to hear from him. Subconsciously having known that, she wants somebody else who's going to give her more attention. Now that James has apologized for that, maybe this rekindles and reignites something with them, and Kate's in a legitimate love triangle.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Because you were cheating before. She was cheating with Tom before when James was out of commission and whatever, which is bad enough. Now if you've got two guys who are passionate about you and you can do whatever, that's a big problem.
Girl, you got to make a decision.
and you can't have both.
Listen, you're committed to one.
Choose the one with the what?
With the ring, I guess,
I thought you were going to go totally different from that.
No. I'm just because that's what you signed up for. Stick to it.
So you're saying stick to James?
Yeah.
You made a vow. Or if you get rid of James, get rid of him in the right process, whatever divorce was.
Yeah.
Then.
Something like that.
Absolutely.
Or maybe he'll die because he's sick. Then you could go to Lo. I know that's terrible to say.
You think she gets him hooked on opium again? I mean, seriously, do you think she could do something like that and sabotage his health?
No, I don't think she's that bad of a person. Yeah. I think she's got some redeeming qualities.
I guess we'll see.
We'll find out, hopefully.
Hey, speaking of the women on Crossbones, how about Salima?
She finally stepped out into the light, man.
Which is a weird problem to have if you're going to live on a pirate island. I'm not making fun of it.
And she's so smart, too, I guess, there's a fine line between genius and insanity.
Yeah.
So she's, stepping on that line a little bit.
And she wears shades of purple a lot. Mm-hmm. And I have a friend who's fond of telling me that purple is the color of kings and crazy people.
Oh, really?
And her and Blackbeard might be a little bit of both.
Yeah. So, I heard the kings one, not the crazy. All right.
Yeah, color kings and crazy people. I don't know if it's a thing. I think it's just a saying, but I've heard that a lot. So.
All right, cool.
Notice there's no purple on me today.
Yeah. Prince wears a lot of purple.
Proving the point.
Yeah.
Proving the point. But Salima stepping outside. And, the interesting relationship with Blackbeard and Salima, honestly, a couple times here, he tells her that he's dying and that you need to lead, which is the impetus for her to step outside.
Yeah.
But then he also says something, and I didn't write it down. I'm sorry for not writing this down word for word, but it was something along the lines of, I care about you a great deal. I care about you more than I love you, and I love you a great deal, or something like that.
Yeah.
I respect you more than, I don't remember what the thing was. It was something like that. But it's this idea that Blackbeard not only has a romantic love interest with her, but also is very, very deeply connected to her, probably like no one else in his life.
Yeah.
So to him, it's interesting that he hasn't confronted Selima so far about the cheating. We assume his confrontation with her about Charlie is going to be violent because that's what Blackbeard does. I'm getting the feeling now, having heard him say that, and having him seen in the episode when she was walking outside, he said, "That's good, come home now."
Yeah, yeah.
I get the feeling he cares about her so much, he's desperate to keep her. When he confronts her, when Blackbeard confronts her about cheating with Charlie, it will not be violent, it will be heartbreak. You know,
Yeah.
it'll be crying or whatever it is.
Yeah. He
It'll
might be like begging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I think it'll be something like that, and not maybe in the sense of like, keep me, please, but begging in the sense of like, very few people truly understand Blackbeard, and he's got very few allies, and she might be legitimately the only ally he has when it
Yeah.
comes down to it on that island. If Charlie's his number 2 guy and one of his, henchmen, Charlie's not that close of an ally. So
No.
maybe Selima is the only ally. I love how Selima shocks everybody when she goes outside.
I know.
Everybody's kind of like, who's this girl?
Yeah.
She's here?
And the people that know, they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Well, I guess you would be shocked though, because she's never been outside. Especially Charlie, who like almost killed her because she wouldn't go outside. Now look, she's just stepping out buying fruit. She got it for free.
Yeah, I know. She got a big discount.
Yeah.
You kidding? Just take a piece of fruit, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Kate was like so shocked. She's like, "Oh no, no charge.
Yeah.
Go on your way." No charge. Okay. All right. Let's get to the last scene, the biggest scene, the interesting stuff. Jagger and Lowe. We didn't like Jagger last week, and I think we like him a lot less this week.
Yeah, definitely. But he's smart. You know?
Is he?
Yeah, because he knew the island that he pointed out
That's
was
true.
fake. So he's smart in that way, but he doesn't use his intelligence all the way. Like he goes the easy way by beating the info out of people, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, he definitely does do that.
Yeah.
I think this is also a good dichotomy between Jagger and Lowe. Just talking about how loyal Lowe is. Lowe is loyal. Say that 3 times fast. Lowe is loyal.
Low is loyal. Low is nope.
I can't believe he actually did it. Cool. But Lowe is loyal to a smart end. And he will only be loyal with people when it makes sense, when it's understood or whatever.
Yeah.
Jagger is loyal to the crown no matter what. And their whole argument kind of centers around the crux of Jagger saying, you had a job, you didn't do it, you have a thing to the king, are you a traitor? He doesn't say it in so many words, but that's kind of where they're going.
Yeah.
And Lowe is more along the lines of, when we go get these pirates, when we go to this island, let's be practical, okay? I know I have a job with you guys. I know I have a deal with, my country and whatever, and that comes first, but it can't come first just to mess everything up. We have to be smart with how we go. And Jagger, yeah, he's smart in some ways, but I think he's actually really dumb in the sense that he's so black and white, and it's sort of for him, if England wants it, it shall be done.
Yeah.
I hate pirates because England hate pirates, and it's done.
In a way, though, it shows that he's super loyal too.
Yeah.
Like, well, he'll do anything to help the crown.
Yeah.
Anything. Like, Lowe is loyal, but will he do anything?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Lowe is smart enough to know that loyalty comes, but you also have to be intelligent about your loyalty.
Yeah.
And when you give it out, you must keep it. It's important, but you've got to be smart about how you do it. Jagger is more along the lines of almost, this is my country, so I'm loyal to him, no questions asked. And I kind of want, this is like a life tip, but I feel like everything in life you should question. Not to
Yeah.
get too broad and like existential, but like religion or politics or whatever, question everything.
Yeah.
And then you'll develop a stronger loyalty to whatever that is. And when I see somebody like Jagger's character who doesn't question it, it's just loyalty with no questions asked, you're like, is it loyalty or are you just being brainwashed? Do you really know what you're fighting for?
Yeah.
And that makes Jagger to me very dangerous because it's like, if that's the level of loyalty he's on, he's never going to think twice about an order. He's never going to think twice about doing what he thinks is right, no matter what, because it couldn't be wrong, because it's for the king. And that means he's going to do some pretty crazy stuff. And we've already seen him do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, a couple episodes ago, Kate getting buried.
And drowning Antoinette.
Yeah.
So he's a nut. Yep.
Yeah, this guy is a nut and he's sadistic. How about that fight with Jagger stabbing Lowe, too?
Yeah.
Poor
Well,
guy.
like that's what he just does. He just beats people up. all the time.
Jagger doesn't have a huge body count right now that we've seen on the show. He hasn't killed all these people,
Yeah.
but he's got a huge bruise and cut and wound infliction count.
And you never know how many people he's done in the past, just like Lowe's past.
Once you do it once, it gets easier, is what I hear.
Yeah. I wouldn't know.
That's
but-
off the record.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. And then, of course, Lowe gets stabbed. He has to kind of walk out very carefully because he doesn't want the guards to know he's stabbed. And then it's this whole funny, he gets the Traphine. And then it's this whole funny thing of running through the forest, being shot at, and then jumping into
Water.
the water. One quick thing about the shooting. You've got how many redcoats chasing him? 8 or 10 of them. They shot 50 bullets. Every one of them missed.
Yeah.
Yet Blackbeard, when they went to go rescue Kate when she was buried alive, Blackbeard pops out with 2 guns and has 2 perfect shots right through the chest.
Hey, he's a more skilled gunman.
I guess.
Those we know what happened with British versus U.S. They are not the
Wow.
best.
Shots fired.
Sorry.
As an American, I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah.
But any British people who may be watching this, shots fired.
No offense.
Literally.
But
No offense, but we won and we're still talking.
yeah.
About it.
Proud American for a reason.
USA. USA. Okay, I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
I just got so patriotic, I completely lost my train
Jumping
of
into the
thought.
water. They're not good gunmen.
Well, they're not good gunmen in the sense that it wasn't like Lowe was crawling through the forest. He was kind of running. Then he did fall down once, but then he stood up for a while and kind of looked around. It was like, you can't shoot him from 40 feet at that point?
Well, don't they have to still do that whole
Probably, because it's like a musket or whatever it is. Yeah,
so it takes a
they
process.
gotta use powder.
Yeah.
But even so, I mean, they were running after him, and you could keep hearing those guys yell, when you get a clean shot, shoot, or whatever they said.
Yeah.
Shoot when you get a shot. And it's I don't know. I mean, I know Lowe's not going to die, so we can't have him get shot, and he's already been
I
stabbed.
got shot in the foot or something though.
It made it a little more difficult.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit better for the Brits and their gun skills.
Well, he did also, he bled a ton in the water.
Yeah.
Like a shark bite kind of a bleed.
Yeah.
And I know he was stabbed. I've never been stabbed. I hope I never am stabbed. But is it that much blood? Because that was gallons and gallons of water that turned red.
Maybe he just had red paint on his. No, I don't know.
Cool shot, though. One thing I
Yeah.
should say, very cool shot of him jumping into the water. The stuntman doing it,
Yeah.
probably. But the camera that was attached to his bag or whatever it was above him,
Mm-hmm.
very cool shot coming down in. I thought, okay, that's awesome. Going
Yeah.
above water to underwater.
Great production.
Yeah.
This
Always
show.
with this show, actually.
Yeah.
That's what's so interesting about this show is from the production side, it looks like we're watching a movie every week.
Yeah, it is like a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know obviously a lot of those things are CGI. We saw ships in the harbor in Cuba today that I'm sure are CGI.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of that stuff, the ships they're actually on, you're like, to do this sort of thing, to film it, awesome.
Yeah, it's
Love it.
pretty epic.
I cannot complain about that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. And then finally, Blackbeard gets another vision.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good thing to end on for the show, too, because when we do predictions in a minute after news, we can obviously predict about this, but there's a baby involved in this vision.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And puking water.
That was one thing. We just talked about how good the production is. That was one thing that looked incredibly fake because
did,
was.
'cause he's-
It's just clearly a hose. You
Yeah.
can just kind of see him. His mouth is a little open.
Not even that much open.
Not enough
It's like-
open. The hose is wider than his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that. I'm like, wait a second. I know we're not going to make John Malkovich
Throw
puke
up
up
water,
water.
but make it prettier.
make
kinda.
it a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just puking up totally clear water.
Yeah. I think there's a reason behind that. I have a prediction.
Oh wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to keep your pants on, girl. We'll get there in a second, but let's do news and gossip first.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, I have some news and gossip. Well, just news. John Malkovich is he's gonna be one of the voices of the Penguins of Madagascar movie. I guess it's those cool penguins from the Madagascar movie. It's
Oh,
an
of course.
animated movie. It's pretty cool. He plays the voice of Dave. Benedict Cumberbatch is also one of the voices, and Ken Jeong. So
Really?
yeah. Everybody else I didn't really notice.
It's one of those castings where they're just kind of throwing everything against the wall and
Yeah.
just be like, let's see what sticks here.
Cool voices. And John Malkovich, who I guess has a cool voice. But yeah, it's going to be out November 24th, so I guess Thanksgiving weekend maybe?
That is the greatest. John Malkovich has the best career in the sense that, I mean, I know I talk about Con Air all the time. I'm sorry, but you have to watch this movie. But
Eventually.
so many serious films, excuse me, so many serious films, so much serious theater Then he does Crossbones, which is not unserious, but for him, it's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then he does things like this. When you're at that point in your career where like he is, where you can do whatever you want.
He's Christopher Walken in it. You know?
Exactly. And money doesn't matter. Nothing matters. You just have fun with it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Being John Malkovich, man. Could be cool. But yeah, that's all I have about.
Sounds good. November 24th? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll have to screen that as a Crossbones team.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
That I'm sure it will be.
I have to watch the Madagascar movies. I think I've only seen the first one.
I'm sure you'll catch up pretty quick. I have a feeling it's not that complicated. All right, let's do predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, Kelly, you've been chomping at the bit.
Well, for Nenna, I think she's buying a little like romantic getaway land for her and Rose, and she's gonna bribe Rose, being like, "Listen, you don't have to sell your body anymore. Run away with me. I got an island for you," or whatever, like a plantation. So I think that's what's going on, because she just wants anything for Rose, anything. So
wow,
that's what I'm guessing.
Interesting.
Yeah. What else? Oh, I think that Antoinette, well, I predicted that that was his son, remember?
Yeah.
So I'm still sticking to that. And I think he thinks that, like, I think that it was his lover or whatever, and she drowned. Or maybe he drowned her. So that's with all the water things, and how in the beginning when she was being shoved in the water by Jagger, I think he drowned her, or she was drowning and he couldn't save her, something like that, and he's subconscious is super guilty about it.
The Blackbeard's guilty about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think Selima is gonna realize how much power she has. Like I think she does know how much power she has over Blackbeard, but I think she's gonna realize it even more now, especially now that she's going outside doing things, because he was so scared when he's like, "That's enough, come home now. You know, you've been outside for a little bit, come back." So I think she's going to try, like, realize that and maybe use it against Blackbeard or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ready for my prediction.
All right. Just say it.
It's the wackiest prediction I've ever had on any show ever.
Do it.
But we see in the coming attractions for next week, two things happen. Tom Lowe is on the chopping block, literally, and they're threatening to chop his head off. And number two is old Blackbeard with an actual black beard and long black hair is back. So here's what I think happens. I think with the Trafine next week, I think Tom Lowe kills Blackbeard. Drop that on you. And then they put him on the chopping block for obvious reasons. And I think we see old Blackbeard coming back because we're about to go back in time. And we're going to see two different channels of the show. One story is Tom Lowe either taking over the island and going rogue or being killed or whatever happens after Blackbeard's death. And the other one is old Blackbeard. How did we get to where we are? Why are we here doing what we're doing? Whatever. And you have these kind of two parallel lines of present day and flashbacks to the past. Really wacky. Maybe it's not going to happen.
I don't really think it's going to. It'd be cool if it did. Maybe he's in a coma or something.
Here's my second one, though, and this is wacky and goofy, and it's certainly not going to happen, but I think you'll get a laugh out of this because it's a sitcom trick.
All right.
John Malkovich, this Blackbeard is not actually Blackbeard. He's got a twin brother. And he's got a black beard and long black hair, and he's going to show up.
There you go. Like George Bluth.
Exactly. It's going to be something like that. The show's going to go off the rails. I'm kidding. That one won't happen. So.
It'd be pretty entertaining, though, if it did.
We'd just be yelling at the TV. Can you imagine watching this thing? We'll be yelling, like, no, what are you doing? Yeah, that's too goofy. But that's interesting. I kind of like your predictions. They're definitely probably more realistic than mine.
Yeah. I thought about him, man. Thought about him.
I'll do that next time.
But yours are fun, though.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, but Tom gets put on the chopping block. So what would make them put him on the chopping block?
Coma, maybe. Something. I don't think
something
they're going
bad,
to kill him.
though.
Yeah.
Something bad.
We'll find out.
We will find out next week. Speaking of next week, as we get going, social media links and stuff, where can they find you?
Well, I'm Kelly. You could find me at Holly Weirdo on Instagram and Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter. You have a great Facebook profile pic, by the way.
Thanks. It's my favorite picture of all time.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not. I'm not even going to talk about it on air. I'm on Twitter at Bobby DeMuro, on Instagram at Mr. Bobby DeMuro. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in for another week here on Crossbones. We'll see you next week like always. Good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.